leafleting is legal in any public place in the country. It's not legal in like for example, in a private mall, you can't leaflet the people that are walking around in the mall, which is exactly what we did to inspire getting arrested. So to me, it wasn't like I did anything, it's illegal, but I didn't feel like I was doing anything illegal, because if you do it here, it's legal. If you do it 10 feet over here, it's not legal. I didn't feel like I was really, I got arrested for trespassing, but you know, I'm not the kind of person that's going to break into your house. I'm not a trespasser. I'm a person that because of a moral conviction will put myself maybe in a certain situation and it provokes something. But getting back to the leaflets. So something like this, you can give this out, for example, let's talk only legally. You know, you don't have to do anything illegal. When people are coming out of another political event or even a movie or someplace where there's a stream of people coming by, you can just hand these out to people. If you're getting gas, grab a couple from your car and engage a couple of people in conversation. Because these quick hit encounters, first of all, they, you don't have to think, oh, you know, this is my next door neighbor and I have to look at him for the next 5 years and he might hate me. No, these are people you will literally never see again, chances are, in your life. And if you do see them, it's because they want to join you and join your group. So you don't have to feel nervous or scared. It's just a very sort of like a off-the-cuff thing to do. That's one thing. Another thing, there's a thing online which I discovered called Meetup. And the Meetup online is it's an online interface to help hobbyists get together. So, you know, some people like chihuahuas, so they all get together on the Meetup and they, you know, have a chihuahua club. Well, some of them have started doing it for 9/11, and when I discovered this, I thought, this could be interesting. At first I hesitated because I thought, I don't want to make the investment. But when I finally let loose, which was, I got inspired at the conference in June. When I left there, I was like, you know, I want to take my activism a step higher. Just want to kick it up a notch. So when I went back after that, on July 2nd, I opened a Meetup online. I already had a small group of people that was meeting regularly, maybe 8 or 10 people. Well, I said to them, come on, let's all join up. Well, right now, and this is only a few months later, I've got over 100 members that are actually joined online. And people find me by Googling now. They might Google Tampa 9/11 and they come up with that site. Then on that site we have a message board that anybody can post to. There are profiles. So I encourage people to put up a photograph. Even if you don't want it to be you, put up a little picture of a 9/11 or something like that. And some text, because what I want to do is create the sense that it's okay. It's okay to be a 9/11 activist. You don't have to be afraid. It's okay. Nobody bothers me. Nobody follows me down the road. Nobody walks around with dark glasses, you know, follow me everywhere I go. You know, I'm not saying that maybe someday I won't have somewhat of a problem. After all, I'm right there where Central Command is. But for the time being, it's going well. This is what I tell people. They go, aren't you afraid? I say, no. But I think I'll know. I will know it. When it's time to be afraid, I think I'll know it. There will be some hints. There'll be some clues. But until that happens, it's like dealing with the civil disobedience arrest. You know, fear is, it's an imagination. Most times, whatever you're afraid of is not really in front of you threatening you. It's just rattling around in your head as one of the many possibilities that could be an outcome of what you're doing. So address it and tell yourself, do worst case analysis. You know, what is really likely to happen to me? It's just like thinking about getting killed in a terrorist attack. Yeah, you're more likely to get killed by a lightning strike. So think to yourself, you know, I'm one of hundreds. If they haven't killed Peter Dale Scott, and they haven't killed Webster Tarpley, and they haven't killed Bob Bowman, I don't think they're going to kill me. Oh, one thing about the meetings. Some people are very talkative, and some people are very quiet. And it's hard to control people. If you get a bunch of people in a room and you're thinking to yourself, I want everybody to have a chance to talk, but then one person will overrun, and then that quiet person doesn't say anything. I went and I bought myself a little digital timer. And I just say to the group, you know, there's going to be this person's going to present for 15 minutes, this person's going to present for 15 minutes, and then we're going to go around the room and everybody's going to talk for, and I let them decide, 1 minute or 2 minutes. And that is so good, because you'll find that that person who came to the meeting, said nothing, and left, and came to the meeting and said nothing and left, if you give him 1 or 2 minutes to talk, that person is usually fascinating and has something really interesting to say. And so then when they leave, they have had their word, they've had their chance to talk about the way they feel about things, and I think it creates a real sense of cohesion in the group. So use something like a timer. And I'm not real strict about it, but just the act of having a timer and the act of establishing that we're going to have time limits on what people say, it's kind of a controlling device, because then you can make jokes with like that one person who interrupts sometime everybody else is talking. It's like, oh, this is your 4th 1 minute, isn't it? You know, or something that you can like draw to their attention that maybe they're not strictly following the rules without being rude or too, let's say, imposing upon them, or trying to dominate the group in any way. You're just trying to see that there's like a sharing time for everybody. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to tell you about, and I also want Gary Franchi to give those around. Gary, did you give out? Oh, good, yeah. This one, okay, this is something else I did for the group, which is this questionnaire about activism, because this is another thing. Most people have never really thought about what they could do, or what they might do, or what they're good at. So by using this questionnaire, when somebody new comes into the group, I give them this and I ask them if they'll fill it out for me. And I don't ask for anything too personal. You know, if they don't want to give me their last name, because you know how some people are, that's fine. If they don't want, I never ask for their home address or anything like that. But basically, this is a way for people to say, well, what would I do and what wouldn't I do? And then they give it back to you, and as a leader, then you know, what can I realistically expect from this person? Because you might have a person who'll stand up and speak to the group, but they would never put a bumper sticker on their car. And you'd think, they'll speak to a group, but they won't put a bumper sticker on their car? But maybe they're concerned about their job and what their workmates are going to think of them. So, you know, allow people to have their privacy also. So here you've got technical things like, will you work on a website? You've got, will you hold a DVD party at your home? Will you help us, you know, start to get to know the peace people? Because there's a lot of groups. I think we should all seek allies in existing groups without limit and without reservation. Like one of my main men is a lifelong Republican, and John Bircher. He's joined the 9/11 DVD project. He comes to all the meetings. He's a fantastic supporter. And, you know, obviously he's not too happy with the Republicans. As a matter of fact, he has dropped out of the party. But it's never been an issue, a bone of contention, because this is a nonpartisan issue. We don't have to exclude anybody from this. Okay, and then the last thing on this is give a 50-word description of what you feel like your greatest strength would be. And this is where you'll find that people will say, you know, I'll do this or I'll do that. So I would suggest using little tools like this. Use all the technical tools you can, because the technology right now is amazing. One person right now can do more than 100 people could do 10 or 15 years ago. Because you can do online publishing, you can have a website, you can have a listserv, you can have a newsletter, you can, you know, even the telephone right now, if you get unlimited long distance, you can make hundreds and hundreds of phone calls all over the country, and it doesn't cost you anything. So right now, there's no excuses. We have the tools. All you need is the will, and go out and do it. That's all I have to say.